now? Is that?
But no, it's good. I think it's important to have sort of that emotional support of sorts. And that's one thing that Dylan has in spades. This is home turf for this jet setter, right? We're so used to seeing CTG travel around the world. Jokingly, I think at one point he was on the Florida PR as well.
That's right.
But now here, home field advantage with a lot of folks on Dylan's side. And he's going to need it scoring off against one of the best players in the world. It's Brody, who, like we said, has been on a tear all year long. Maybe hasn't been having the performance he's wanted, as indicated by his most recent set against Zero that actually brought him to this lower bracket. Let's see if he can shake things off. Now, certainly these are players that are very familiar with these respective matchups. You have Brody, who is brothers with Dark Horse, so he knows the tips and tricks of Jigglypuff, which was something that CTG was trying to employ.
Right,
Brody.
CTG was trying to get that extra stock there from Brody, who had him dead to rights.
It's the if I'm going down, I'm taking you with me.
That's right.
The classic. CTG, of course, having quite a bit of experience playing against players like Gravy Fingers in the Pikachu matchup.
And I believe he also gets this practice from Zero himself.
That's true. So it's going to be relatively even, I think, overall. Though, personally, I feel like if I have to be very objective, I think that Brody's probably going to come out ahead on this. Maybe 1-3 is what I'm looking at.
For Brody?
Yes, in favor of Brody.
Sure. I think that's a good guess, good prediction.
Oh, wow. Something pretty rare. The up smash intended, I think, maybe for a KO, but just a little dab will do ya. Put CTG up in the air long enough for Brody to be in the advantageous position.
Ooh, had sneaky puff.
Very sneaky. That's one thing you have to look for when you're looking at a player like CTG. How he's able to utilize his recovery options. They seem fairly limited whenever anyone else uses them, but CTG miraculously finds a way. Unfortunately there, higher percents mean you're going to be hit by that slower getup, and Brody had all the time in the world to react and find that final throw. Ooh, Thunder. Talk about a huge play from a tempo standpoint. Brody now having a significant stock advantage. And this is one of those positions where Pika might be too high of a percent to find a very easy combo.
It was a great DI. I don't know if you saw that by Dylan there to get out of the fair. He got just the first and second hits of the fair from Brody, and then he got right out of there.
And now with Pika at a lower percentage, it's going to make it easier for CTG to find some of these killer combos that Puff is known for. But first he's going to have to get back onto the stage. Wow! That coverage from Brody. And that's what will make this matchup so tough for CTG. He's so used to using the fact that Puff is a relatively obscure character that people don't always know necessarily how to optimally edgeguard Puff. But he's playing against somebody who knows all of Puff's tricks inside and out, and that's going to take one of CTG's trump cards in a lot of matches he plays against and actually take those options off the table.
I wish I had a brother that plays Smash with me all the time.
You know,
like Brody
did.
does.
I did. We ran Falcon Dittos nonstop, so I'm pretty good at the Falcon matchup, and that's about it.
Dark Horse is a little bit more versed in characters than Falcon, I think. Just
Yeah, it's true. No bow from CTG, something I don't see often. If ever, actually. Wow. Honestly, it's a little dissettling seeing Puff without a bow. I'm so used to seeing her at least sporting the red or the blue.
Right. This is a little indecent. Are we allowed to stream this? They're both naked.
I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that. Now I'm just thinking that if Pikachu wore pants, where would they be, right? Would it be on
the front legs or the back legs?
On the front or the back, right? Like one on each?
A four-legged pant?
Yeah.
Or a two-legged pant?
Just those things of like those images of dogs wearing pants just crack me up so much. Like diagrams. It's too good. Again, Brody opting for that Thunder coverage on the ledge, and it's been dynamite for him in this series. Oh, CTG trying to go for the up tilt. Find that extra little bit of pop-up to convert into a potential stock. Again, tough spot for CTG. He really excels, I feel, whenever he's comboing against characters who are at lower percents, but at these higher percents, he's gonna need to work a little bit harder, find some of those finishers, and that's gonna make it so his moveset overall is much more telegraphed.
Right, and he's looking for those up airs especially. It looked like, yep, just like that.
So Brody not able to avoid that. CTG following Brody as he was trying to go to the platform. In my eyes, probably going to the platform, trying to edge shield, more than likely. So good call from CTG. Down a stock, but this is a position where he will excel. Oh, could not chase down Brody. Puff does have the teleport, but ground speed overall, not what you're really looking for when it comes to keeping up with Pika. Nice, great teleport again.
So CTG in a little bit of a tough spot there. Couldn't take it, couldn't get out of there.
And that really is the difference maker. CTG, like we said, world-renowned really for his ability to recover, and he's playing against someone who simply will not give him a chance to recover.
Right. Is Dylan deciding who to go? Don't go Falcon.
He's thinking about it.
Okay, he's going to it.
This is what he's known for. CTG definitely has a wider roster than most folks would expect.
Sure.
Whenever I met him, actually, funny enough, he was a Fox main.
Right.
So he has the tools, right? But at the end of the day, this is his bread and butter. This is who he is known for. And it looks like he's just going to ride or die on Puff here. Down 2-0 in the series. Brody on set point. Looks like he's going to be going to a stock advantage as well. Whoa, actually, CTG, for the first time in this series, has been able to trip up Brody and actually make it back onto the stage, but a short-lived victory.
Still, yes.
It's nice to know, though, if you're CTG, it's one of those moments where you're like, okay, I'm playing against someone who is an anti-Puff god, but now I'm seeing that this god can bleed.
Looks like it should be 2-0 for Brody, is that right?
Yeah, yeah. And 2 stocks on top of that in favor of Brody. I think how this game really flows is dependent on how he takes this next stock. If he takes more, I think, than 40% damage on this stock while taking this stock, then he's probably not going to have a good chance to actually win this game.
Looking for that up air again. I think Brody knows that CTG's looking for the up air because of the percentage, and is just kind of playing around it.
Oh, yeah, this is rough. This is so rough. Brody missing with the follow-up Thunder. Will not be able to cash out the stock.
I can't be sure, but I think it looked like CTG was just DI'd down out of that Thunder.
Possibly.
Might have saved his life because of it.
Ooh, and this might have saved his tournament life as well. A quick stock coming through.
Doesn't avoid the punish, though.
That's true. Could have been worse. I was expecting Brody to drop down and very quickly go for an up smash, but he was going for the confirmed damage versus the possible kill.
Right.
And look what he's able to do. That damage, that positioning in favor of CTG.
Ooh, great nair there.
Oh,
no.
That's a huge whip.
Wow. Brody doesn't want it to go down like that. He says, let's play on. Again, gentlemen.
Very, very gentlemanly, for sure. But CTG is not the person you give that to. You give this man an inch, he will take 5 stocks. Brody now 1 stock away from advancing in the loser's bracket, sending CTG home. This has been a demon for CTG for so long, and it's looking like it's going to continue to be so. Makes it onto the ledge. But for how much longer can he fight? That's going to do it. Brody advancing over CTG 3-0. So it's a little off of my prediction, it seems like, but that's kind of what happens. You know, we've said it time and time again. CTG, you know, he's been a jet setter. He's gone all around the States, had great wins under his belt, but one person that it feels like it really eludes him is Brody.
He's running out of chances. Looking forward to Genesis 5 for him. I think he really wants to gear up for Genesis 5 and get that win against Brody there. Find him in brackets somewhere.
It's a good tournament to gear up for.
Yeah.